Roland launched the Jupiter X, they took the classic design and structure of the original Jupiter synth and brought it into the modern market. They combined the classic feel of the original Jupiter synth with their modern Zencore digital synth engines, and they packed it full of features that just weren't available in that original era. Now they've done it again with the brand new Juno X. It combines the sound and feel of the Juno 60 and Juno 106 with their brand new Juno X synth engine, and it's all powered by Zencore technology. We were lucky enough to have Andy from Roland come down with a sneak preview before the release to show us some of the sounds and answer some of the questions that we had about the Juno X.
So today we've brought down the brand new Roland Juno-X. The Juno X is a modern Juno synthesizer. So for anyone who's not familiar, in 1982, so 40 years ago this year, Roland released a product called the Juno 6, which was a 6-voice polysynth. Then we followed it up the following year with the Juno 60, which added extra memories. And then the year after, 1984, with the Juno 106, which is perhaps the most famous of our Juno keyboards. And all of these synthesizers were, hugely important for synthesizer music in both the 80s and 90s, and all the way to today, modern artists using them as well. Juno X is a modern Juno synthesizer that builds upon that legacy. So we have vintage synth engines in there of the Juno 106 and the Juno 60, but we also have a brand new Juno X engine, which adds loads of cool new features. And we have high resolution controls for editing, so it has the same kind of panel layout that you'd expect to find on a Juno 106 or the vintage Junos for very quick sound editing, and it sounds really fun. It's great, it sounds awesome.
So one thing I think is important to note here is that it is not an analog synth. It's entirely digital, and it's all powered by Roland's Zencore technology. If you're an analog purist and you're wanting a faithful recreation of the originals, it's not that. But what it is so much more than the originals ever were. It takes the best elements of the originals, it faithfully models the sound of the originals, yet it offers you way more functionality and features than the originals ever could.
So yeah, if you want to use the Juno X as purely as just a sort of a modern Juno 106 or Juno 60, you absolutely can. You can go to any particular scene and just press Shift and Model Bank to go into a single setup mode. So this is in a Juno 106 at the moment, or Juno 60. I can even press Shift and Enter as well, just to initialize a tone and start with a blank waveform and build sounds from scratch exactly the same way as you would do on a Juno 106 or 60. And you have access to the chorus on the front panel as well. And also access to loads of the original preset sounds. So if you want to do that, you absolutely can. But really, the Juno X is so much more than that, because you can layer 4 different sounds together. We have the multiple different sound engines, the i-arpeggio function. So absolutely do it vintage if you wanted to, but there's loads more sound options available if you want to do that. The Juno X is, as we say, is designed to sort of look and sound like a Juno. So from the styling, you can see that this is very similar to the Juno 106. We have the same kind of end panels, the same graphics, the same control layout of it. And we will also have an option where you can get wooden end panels, so if you wanted to change it to be more like a Juno 60, you can do. And the main thing is that if you're into the Juno 106 or 60 sound, or the modern Junos, we have knob per function or slider per function for each of those, so that the user interface is the same as a Juno 106. So for sound design, it's perfect for that. the Juno X is perfect for first of all for Juno fans, people who love the Juno synthesizers. If you've ever wanted to have access to a Juno 106 or a 60 in sort of a modern and reliable package, then the Juno X is perfect for that. But again, for people who are just fans of the Juno sound but want to take it beyond those capabilities, as you heard in some of the sound examples, you're able to do far more things like layer different sounds together. We have much more polyphony. So if you're looking for a performance synthesizer, but it comes with that sort of Juno feel and look and sound, then the Juno X is perfect for you. The big thing is it looks like a Juno, it has the same interface like as a Juno, and it sounds like a Juno as well. So it's a way of getting all of them in one product. So yeah, it's super easy to design sounds from scratch. One of the things that was really popular about the Juno 60 and the Juno 106 is just that they were really easy to edit. And the Juno X is the same. You can just initialize a sound by pressing Shift and Enter together. I've got this initial Juno X tone here. So we have, bring up our square wave. One of the cool things about the Juno X engine is that you can adjust the levels of the saw and square wave. So on the 106 and the 60, they were just on or off. So if I bring up the level of the square wave, bring in my sub oscillator, and let's adjust the pulse width modulation. Bring in the chorus. And one of the cool things is if I just want to quickly change this to a pad sound as well, I can just sort of do that quite quickly in real time. So it's really quick and easy to just sort of swap different sounds out and yeah, design things as you play. So a lot of fun.
If you are an analog purist and you swear only by analog synths, then the chances are that you've probably already got a Juno 106 original or a Juno 60. This product is not for that market. It's for the modern musician who wants the classic sound and feel of the original Junos, but something that's portable, flexible, recordable, giggable, and so much more.
This does feature our Zencore synth engine, which you can find in the Phantom O series, but in the Phantom O, the user interface is a lot more designed with that synth engine in mind. So although you can edit all of the Zencore tones on here, there'd be a little bit more menu diving because there's about 800 different parameters which we haven't got controls for, unfortunately. Although we will have a computer editor available for the Juno X. So if you did want to do advanced synth design using the Zencore engine, you can do that with that as well. When we're working with a scene, we can have up to 4 different tones at the same time. So taking this example that I played before, which is this Juno 60 sort of synth pop example that I'd made, if I go to my part mode on here, On the left-hand side, you can see it says part select. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can choose which part it is that I'm currently working with, and also which part the controls are assigned to. So I could have them assigned to all 4, so that when I tweak the filter, it filters all 4 parts on there. And then on the right-hand side, this is my part on switch, where I can actually just bring in different parts. So on that example, I had in my left-hand side a bass, which is on part 2. On the right-hand side, part 1 is this pluck sound, and then I can just unmute things and bring in. I can bring in my other synth sound with that as well. As part of Roland's Zencore range, the Juno X is expandable with new content from Roland Cloud. So we have over 100 different genre-based sound packs. We call them Zencore sound packs, which you can purchase at 99 cents each of different genres of sounds, and you can load them straight into the Juno X. There will also be different expansions available. So if you wanted to get something like, say, the SH101 or something for your Juno X, you can purchase that from Roland Cloud and load it in on there. But we also have a product called Roland Cloud Connect, the WC1 wireless adapter. What this does, this is a USB wireless key which plugs into the back of your Juno, and it comes with a 12-month subscription for Roland Cloud Pro membership. And what this allows you to do is wirelessly import not only sounds but also expansions directly from your smartphone or your tablet. Unfortunately, we haven't got time to talk about all of the different features that are in the Juno X, but very quickly, here are some other cool things about it. Obviously, it is like a complete solid aluminium build. We've got balanced XLR outputs, we've got an IEC power connection. It has speakers built into it, which you can turn off or on, which are really handy for personal practice or sort of basic monitoring on stage. So to summarize, the Juno X is a brand new modern Juno synthesizer built on the legacy of our classic Junos, the 660 and 106. It has the same look and feel of a Juno 106. It's full size, 61 keys, premium build, looks like a Juno, feels like a Juno to perform, and crucially, it sounds like a Juno. And if you want to just use it for vintage sounds, you can totally do that. But we take it way beyond that with the brand new Juno X Engine, as well as additional engines that you can layer sounds together. We have a really intelligent iArpeggio function, which creates new backings based on what you play. We have over 90 high-quality DSP effects in it, proper balanced outputs, and assignable controls, high-resolution controls for all editing the sounds. It's a phenomenal synthesizer, and it's so much fun. You should check it out.
And that was the Roland Juno-X. As a fan of the original Juno synth, I think it's great that they've released a modern, functional and powerful reimagining of the classic original synth. Just like the originals, it's super easy to create your own patches from scratch, or you can draw upon all of the classic presets that are already built in. Combining it with your existing Roland ecosystem is easy and is very, very giggable. It's much better than dragging out your old, temperamental analog hardware to the Dog and Duck or Wembley Arena. Anyway, thank you so much to Andrew from Roland for coming out and giving us a sneak preview, and thank you so much to Nick as well for putting Andrew through his paces and really testing his knowledge on the Juno X. If you'd like more information about the product, you can find it on our website, the link for which will be in the description. What do you guys think though? Were you a fan of the original Junos? Do you have an original Juno? Or what's your favourite song that features a Juno? Let us know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to see more things like this, and we will see you very soon.